What's up? Thank you for tuning in here. This is a 1999 Club Car DS. Got a little bit of squeaking in the rear wheels and the brakes whenever I push the brakes on. So I'm going to show you guys how to check out the brakes. You know, just because they're a little bit squeaky, making a little bit of noise, doesn't necessarily mean that the brakes are bad. It could simply be an accumulation of brake dust, which on these DS models is pretty common. So I'm going to show you how you can check that out real quick, how you can clean it all up and get this baby back on the road, and not have to worry about that squeaking noise anymore when you push on the brakes. So a couple things that you're going to need for this. You're going to need you a flathead screwdriver, okay? You're going to need you a can of brake clean. I've got here a piece of 220 just fine sandpaper. I'll show you what this is for. I've also got me an impact drill with a 3/4 inch socket on it for taking the wheel off. And I've also got a breaker bar, because sometimes these lug nuts are on there pretty tight and may need to use this to get them off. So let's get right to it, okay? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this flathead screwdriver and simply pop this plastic rim, this plastic hubcap right off of the rim. Okay, there's our 4 3/4 inch wheel lug nuts. So now we're going to loosen those things up. Alright, so I got that loose. Now I'm going to go ahead and jack the rear end up a little bit and take this wheel off. Alright, so I got the rear end up high enough to get the tire off, so let's go ahead and take this tire the rest of the way off. Alright, so now we're going to take this steel cover plate right off, okay? Little tip, if you got the emergency brake on, go ahead and take that emergency brake off, because with that emergency brake on, this cover, it's not going to come off. Okay, so I'm going to slide that off. And man, yeah, it is pretty dirty in here. The brake pads actually look really good. So the life of these brakes, there's still plenty of life left in these brakes. No need to replace the pads. You know, one thing that I've seen too is these actual pads come off of the actual brake assembly themselves. So as you pull this cover off, you know, just check to make sure that the pads are nice and tight and that they're secure. So, but let's go ahead and clean up the inside of this. I'll show you how to do that. Then you can put it back together, and man, you'll probably notice a big difference. So I got a little air hose here. I'm just going to kind of clean this out real quick with my air hose. Alright, the sandpaper. I know you might have been wondering what was this for. Well, here's what this is for. I'm going to take just a real fine sandpaper. You don't want to use anything with like a heavy grit on it. You just want to use something that's fine. And I'm just gonna smooth out these actual brake pads a little bit, so if there's any brake dust that's just kind of compacted on the actual pad itself, it'll help smooth that out and get that off. Do the same thing to the other one. Okay, once you feel like you've got that pretty well, I always do the same thing to the inside of this wheel cover as well. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. Okay, then you can take a little bit of brake clean. You just kind of clean that out. Same thing with the inside of your wheel cover. You grab me a shop rag. And guys, that's really about it. Now it's simply just putting the cover back in place, putting your wheel back in place, putting your wheel lug nuts back in place. Now remember, when you put these back on, you want the little cone shape, the little tapered edge to be against the rim of the wheel, okay? That's the correct way to put it. So you want the little, that little tapered edge to be against the rim of the wheel. So simply put your brake cover back on, put your rim back on, your rim and tire, tighten it back up, put your wheel cap back on, and the process is the same for the other side. Same exact thing. So repeat this process to the other side, take it for a drive, and guys, I'll just about guarantee you that you'll notice a difference with how much that quiets everything down. It's just a lot of brake dust can get accumulated inside of this actual wheel cover, and over time you just gotta pull that wheel cover off, clean out some of that brake dust, and that will take care of all that squeaking and that noise that you're hearing when you're pushing down on the brakes. Now obviously, if you take this off and you notice that you pretty much don't have any brakes, then you need to go ahead and replace those, and we'll cover that in another video. What's up, everybody? Okay, so we are back in this 1999 Club Car DS. We just cleaned both of the brakes in the rear. Remember, we were just having a lot of squeaking, a lot of noise whenever you pushed on the brakes. So we took everything apart, took a look at it, found out brake pads really great shape, just had a lot of brake dust, a big accumulation of brake dust. So we're in this cart right now. We're going to take it for a quick spin. We're going to see how it sounds. So here we go. All right, we're going to push on the brake. Man, look at that. Nice and quiet. No sound at all. Super quiet brakes. Pushing on the brake now, you don't hear a thing. So guys, that was the issue right there. Nothing wrong with the brakes, just had too much brake dust in there. Cleaned them out real well. We're back in business. So hey, don't forget to subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming your way. I want to help serve you guys in any way that I can. So please post your comments. What can I help with? What else do you need that we can put out there? So appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.